A simple suggestion could make you remember an event that never happened. It sounds like something out of a bad science fiction movie, but it is a scientifically proven reality about the human mind. Our memories are not like video recordings. They are reconstructive. Every time we recall an event, we aren't playing back a perfect file. Instead, we are rebuilding it, and in the process of rebuilding, we are incredibly susceptible to outside influence. This vulnerability is what psychologists call the misinformation effect. It suggests that the information available after an event, what we hear, what we read, or what someone asks us, can contaminate and fundamentally alter our original recollection of that event. This isn't about forgetting, it's about actively misremembering, or worse, creating entirely false memories that feel utterly convincing. Think about eyewitness testimony. For decades, we operated under the assumption that if you saw it, you remembered it accurately. But research has shown this assumption to be dangerously flawed. Eyewitness accounts are notoriously fallible precisely because of post-event suggestions. The initial sensory experience might be strong, but the subsequent narrative framework provided by investigators, media coverage, or even casual conversation can build scaffolding around the original memory, and we mistake the scaffolding for the actual structure. Consider the context of police interrogations. Early interrogation techniques were highly suggestive. If an officer, even unintentionally, guides a witness with leading questions phrased in a way that assumes a specific outcome, the witness may unconsciously fill in the blanks with the details provided by the interrogator. They aren't recalling what they saw, they are integrating the suggestion into their narrative of what happened. This isn't malice, it's a predictable cognitive weakness in human recall. The brain is an associative machine. It seeks coherence. When presented with a gap in memory, the mind doesn't leave a blank space, it rushes to fill it. And the easiest source of filling material is often the suggestion that was just presented to us. How do we distinguish between a genuine recollection and a suggested narrative stitching? This is the core challenge. Genuine memory retrieval feels like an excavation. You are digging up something that was already there, however faint. Suggested memory implantation, on the other hand, often feels like a smooth, continuous retelling, even if key details feel borrowed or slightly off. The feeling of certainty is the most dangerous part of the deception. To combat this, we need to become forensic skeptics of our own minds. First, we need to understand the difference between source memory and suggestive memory. Source memory is the original experience. Suggestive memory is the information added later. We must try to isolate the raw, unadulterated experience, which is almost impossible, but we can improve our skepticism. So, what are the tools to improve our memory accuracy and spot planted details? One technique is to practice detailed, multi-sensory encoding in the moment. When something important happens, don't just process the facts. What did it smell like? What was the ambient temperature? What was the specific tone of voice used? Engaging multiple senses creates multiple retrieval pathways, making the memory less reliant on a single, vulnerable narrative thread. Another technique is to employ the method of retelling without external prompts. After experiencing something, immediately sit down and write down everything you remember without consulting anyone else. Do not structure it, just list keywords, emotions, and random details. This forces you to rely on your internal catalogue rather than the most recent, potentially contaminated, conversation. Furthermore, when evaluating accounts from others, be it a news report, a friend's story, or a testimony, always ask about the process of their recollection. Instead of accepting the final narrative, ask, what was the first thing you remember? What details were most difficult to recall? These process questions often expose the seams where suggestion may have done its work. We are not perfect recorders. We are narrative constructors. Our minds are brilliant at storytelling, but that brilliance can be hijacked. Understanding the misinformation effect isn't about becoming cynical, it's about becoming highly precise. It's about respecting the messy, fallible, and astonishingly powerful way our brains operate. So, the next time you hear a story, whether it's a dramatic account of an event or even a complex explanation of a scientific theory, I want you to pause. Don't just absorb the information. Ask yourself what evidence was presented, and more importantly, what was suggested. Thinking critically about the how of the story is the best defense against having your reality subtly rewritten.